So this is a tough question, and for me, this was very difficult when I sold my pickle company in 2004. But all sellers have different degrees of seller's remorse. And now it's 2 years later, and are you happier that you sold the business, or do you wish you wouldn't have sold it more? You can talk about, for yourselves.
Well, the only remorse that I have is that we didn't do it sooner. I took the opportunity I just saw that as my out. I thought, okay, I'm going to go part-time, and I did that, and it was great for a year, and then just this past spring, I've exited out, so I'm done. I'm all done now. So, moving on to phase 2 of just things that I want to do. So
what are you doing? You're usually pretty concise.
All right. Okay. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about possibly pursuing marketplace chaplaincy as my next.
That'll be a good one for you. Through C12, one of the things that C12 offers is corporate chaplains that come weekly to talk with employees through any issues that they may have. What about you? You're still CEO, president, and you clean the loading docks.
I know it. So it would have been, let's see, today's Wednesday. So Monday night, I was loading trucks at 6 o'clock because a truck called late, and the driver was there. It's kind of fun because this guy's name is Darren. I said, man, you've been delivering and picking up a long time. He says, oh, I picked up at the old warehouse. I said, well, boy, that was 6-7 years ago. He's like, no, I helped Stacy load out of the original little 2-car garage in 2008. And so we have this kind of cool story, and just fun vendors and people you interact with for the last 12 years. So I'm still loading trucks at 6 o'clock at night, but I love what I do. My remorse is probably, I don't feel remorse for selling the business because the timing was right. It was the time in our life to do that. People ask, well, why didn't your boys take it over and all that stuff? My boy's 18 years old. He has no clue about life, and it would take, let's say 10 years from now. Okay, 10 years from now, maybe he's ready. Well, I'm 60 years old and already completely burned out. So I said, well, let's just do something that he's passionate about. So I see myself winding down, let these boys get out of school, and maybe if they want to work with the old man, we'll start something else, and I can kind of train them up in what we learned. But I'm a kind of guy that I like the accountability of the PE group, believe it or not, because as an owner, you're kind of on an island and you lose focus. They've really given us focus, like, okay, here's the things for success. And we don't have any business degrees. Stacy got a music therapy degree. I'm an engineer, and we ended up with this business. And so now I've got cool advisors that say, this is the ERP system you should be using. Now, I certainly would have spent $500,000 on an ERP system. I would have got something halfway, maybe it'll get us by, but not knowing how far the next step can take us, I wouldn't have invested in that. There's certain things that they really do. Now, my remorse is I didn't have a better exit plan, and I didn't stick to it. Here I am 2.5 years in, still running the helm. But I have now taken the next steps to say, here's what the next year looks like. You need to get a new leader to replace me because I'm not going to be part of the next sale of Rapid Air. So the wheels are in motion, but I actually, because of all the things going on in the world right now, the COVID, supply chain, people, I actually told my staff I'm busier than I have been in 12 years with all the extra staff added. So it's an interesting time, but I love it, and I can kind of see the end game. So we're gonna make sure that happens.
And as far as the remorse, as far as the timing, I will agree. This was definitely the right time, and I love that we were not at the point of retirement, because we were not in a point where we had to, we're getting ready to, go into a assisted living or something. So, you got a.
That's next week.
You got private equity on the, across, they're ready to shake hands with you, and if you don't want to, say, well, no, it's okay. We're not. That's fine. We don't have to sell. So
yeah,
I love that position.
Yeah.